This clip of one of the assistant coaches chasing Caitlin Clark down as she's riling up the crowd, and it seems like she's getting scolded, reprimanded.
You can't just grab a player. Like, I'm sorry, you can't just, the player's walking back, you can't just grab a player.
Caitlin Clark's like, what the hell is this? You know, I was just hyping up the crowd. What you coming up on me for? I was just going like this. Why are you pulling up on me? I'm just hyping up the crowd.
In my opinion, is completely unacceptable. It's completely unacceptable. Like, if a coach did this to any other player in the league, they'd be fired.
So what can this possibly be?
Greetings from the most insane roller coaster. People, take a ride in WNBA history. Hold on tight, as we're plunging straight into the... Fans are preparing to protest over a scandal in the streets. I am referring to the released video from 2025 that demonstrates the coach of the Indiana Fever grabbing Caitlin
Clark at a party.
Indeed, you. Yes, I did hear that. Taking her as if she was caught sneaking a mischievous child. Cookies prior to supper. Oh, and the fans. They're not merely angry, they're furious.
I would love to see Caitlin Clark get a technical for hyping up the crowd during a dead ball. Not slapping the stanchion during a dead ball. Not talking to referees during a dead ball. Not showing up the opposing team during a dead ball, but hyping up the crowd, her home crowd, during a dead ball.
Let's roll.
2025 is the year, and Caitlin. The name Clark remains on everyone's lips. She has been dazzling the WNBA this season, and since her rookie years, she is a living example of excellence. However, apparently, it's insufficient for the Brass Fever. They have their own vision, and it entails applying pressure to the only player that is playing alone, removing their franchise from obscureness. This instance of grabbing is the icing on the cake for a Sunday composed of dubious choices, and fans are consuming it with a dash of rage.
If
you share my fervor for this catastrophe, and feel free to press that like button and leave a Fever Fumble comment below, since this tale is going to get even more bizarre. CC was snatched by that coach.
That coach grabbed CC. Wow, I remember this play but didn't see the grabbing. Was this the Sun game? I think after this game, CC stopped talking to the crowd or showing as much emotion on the floor. That is a very good point. If this was in fact the Sun game, you can draw the straight line from Sun game to how she's been interacting as of lately with the crowd.
After that, Clark takes a step back. Let's set the
scene.
The night is warm in 2025, and Indiana's Fever are dominating the Sun of Connecticut. They score a point. Absurd, like 20 points in their favor. And Caitlin Clark is currently engaged in things about Caitlin Clark. A step is drained by her. The back three is so lovely that it can cause a mature man to cry, and the audience loses the collective mind. She's eating, cranking up the fans, releasing that energy, live her life to the fullest. And then suddenly, the coach leaps in and takes hold of her. A hostile arm around the shoulder motion. Kid Pat, not a good job. No, she is being pulled back to reality sees as if she were a fugitive kite, and she is being drawn in by the coach. Aeon.
Caitlin Clark then goes and hits a step back three on JC Sheldon. And she goes, the whole crowd's going nuts. And she comes, and she's getting subbed off, by the way, at this stage. She's getting subbed off for the game. She doesn't go back in the game at this stage. So it's not like it's a close game. They're up 20. She does not see the floor again. Caitlin Clark is there hyping up the crowd. She's there trying to hype up the crowd. Exactly what you want. Exactly what you want. You want to see this version of Caitlin. You want to see this player.
You know, the crowd that's been dead because I haven't been on my game, and now I'm back on my game, and I'm hyping them up, and we're getting them into it, and it puts the opposing team on their back heel. You know, you guys aren't used to that. My bad. And what's coach doing? Caitlin, don't do that, Caitlin.
The leaked video is posted online. Viral more quickly than you can say that. Additionally, it's a doozy. The expression on Clark's face goes from sheer happiness to the recent events in roughly 0.2 of a second. It's the type of moment that causes you to go back and observe once more to make sure you didn't imagine it. This isn't a small mistake. This is Clark being trampled under by the coach. It's as subtle as a fog bell at that moment. within a library. Let's analyze this now, due to the fact that it's too good to gloss over.
Like, and by the way, from this moment on, we hardly saw anything. From this moment on, the emotion was gone from Caitlyn. Let's be real, that was right before the Valkyries game. The Valkyries game that realistically just kind of broke her.
Hey, Caitlyn, we got to control our energy. We got to control our emotions, which, okay, I understand controlling your emotions, but Caitlyn Clark is an emotional player. Therefore, she wears her game on her sleeve. When she's hyped, you can tell. When she's not at herself, you can tell. When she's getting fired up, you can tell. She's not like this during the game. That's not Caitlyn. That's not who she is. And if you want to turn her into that, that's going to have more negative repercussions than positive outcomes.
The game is essentially finished. The sun. The white flag is being waved and Clark's. The exclamation point is the three-pointer. On a blowout, she's hyping as she jogs back. The audience, perhaps even hurling a small step with a swagger. It's flawless. It's the main purpose of sports.
Then,
This is the hill to climb, the instructor concludes. Perish. She extends her hand and takes Clark's, snatches her by the arm as if she's attempting to prevent a young child from colliding with traffic. Everything is captured by the camera, and the internet takes off.
Twitter, or
Whatever the term is in 2025, illuminates with responses. One fan writes, "Did Caitlyn get grabbed by the coach like? I must stop her from snatching her handbag. Talk to the manager about this bullshit." Someone else adds, "Caitlyn Clark out. The coach is dropping dimes here. Handles her like a stray dog." Unbelievable. The memes begin to circulate. In as well. One has a picture of Clark on a villain holding back a superhero. Fever Coach is the name given to it. Another displays the capture with the following caption: "When you're enjoying themselves too much," and the supervisor reminds, "Tomorrow is Monday, and it's brutal, and it's magnificent." However, this is the kicker. There is more than one awkward situation. This grab serves as a metaphor.
people.
The Fever are stating, "Hey, we adore how wonderful you are, Caitlyn. However, may you be that extraordinary that doesn't cause us any discomfort."
Fan of the Indiana Fever coach, backroom staff. I'm not a fan of what they're trying to do to Caitlyn Clark, and I fully believe they're trying to diminish, they're trying to dim the flame of Caitlyn, and they're trying to make her fit in to what the WNBA used to be, rather than fit out and be her.
She's too kind, bless her heart.
To refer to it as such.
An abuse of authority by a team that fails to understand her. However, the fans, they're not being reserved. They're prepared to take over the fortress. Additionally, this 2025, the season has gotten much messier. Everybody, let's zoom out of that grab, all right? Discuss the wider picture, because it's not an isolated incident. The Fever from Indiana, been behaving as though Caitlyn Clark, she is an issue that has to be resolved instead of a present to be honored. Additionally, it has been continuing until 2025. This time of year, she has been averaging crazy figures. Suppose you have 25 points, 8 assists, and it could be a highlight reel for days. Because of her, the Fever isn't just a footnote no more. However, rather than permitting her glow, the group has been attempting to sand her edges down. Additionally, it's as annoying as witnessing someone attempt to. A square peg can be inserted into a circular hole using a sledgehammer. From the first day, the backroom crew at Fever has experienced this strange fixation on fitting Clark.
In.
You don't have to like Caitlyn Clark. You don't even have to like Caitlyn Clark did this. But this is Caitlyn Clark. This is Caitlyn at her best when she is relentless. When she's getting the crowd involved. And it's literally like Caitlyn. She said it against like the Liberty. She said after the game, she's like, "Oh, I want to get the crowd involved. I want to do this, want to do that." Like, that's kind of what her goal is. She's like, that.
They have this old-fashioned. They're holding on to the WNBA atmosphere as if it's 1997, and everyone continues to be amazed by a simple layup. Clark is playing out here as if it were 2025, which, surprise, it is. And they're behaving as though she's disturbing them. Their priceless knitting circle.
The
Event involving grabbing. It's only a tip of the iceberg. She has been dimmed by them. Flame gradually, and it's beginning to display. Take a couple weeks to watch the Valkyries game. Following the explosion of the sun, Clark emerges, flat as if someone had taken the soul from her. She continues to lose 20 points because Caitlyn is fucking Clark. The fire has gone, though. No fanfare, no trash talk, merely a machine passing the gestures.
and why?
Because following that grab, the coach took her seat and instructed to calm her down, reduce the volume. This is not a book group at the library. This is basketball, where everything is driven by passion.
Point.
But this is what the Fever wants her to be. Immaculate poster girl. Additionally, it's destroying her vibe.